One thing it's not easy to deal honestly with is our own time wasting. When you don't actually want to change, you won't. And you'll find all sorts of excuses and reasons and believe whatever you want to. And so that's a dangerous place to be in. I have been lying to myself about the dangers of social media for me. This week, I feel like I'm growing in my willingness to be honest with myself about what the costs actually are and to do the hard work of cutting those unhelpful things out of my life. That's something on my mind today. One major thought is that Facebook is probably not a healthy place for me to spend time. I think it would be fine for me to use it as a repository for photos, like I initially did, and an occasional place to check in and learn about how other people are doing. For example, when a friend of mine who is a long-distance friend has a baby, I really enjoy being able to see those photos. But then I need to see those photos and then step away. I don't need to be involved in an ongoing way in people's jokes and stories and lives that no longer really have genuine daily bearing on my own life. So that's one example. You swept off the porch?
Yeah.
Good job. One thing I feel like I'm always having to fight in myself and in our home is the tendency toward chaos and the tendency toward just destruction. I'm constantly fighting the urge to zone out, to do what's easiest, to not deal with a pile, to just let leftovers be the plan for 8 days in a row. So I have to fight that in myself, and I think social media and particularly like easy games that I can play while watching a video has become my own mental trap where it's easy to turn those things on and zone out. And especially if the topic is like something that is valuable, then it's really easy to convince myself that what I'm doing is ultimately valuable when maybe the content might very well be valuable, but the decision to do it at that moment might be a decision of ease and laziness and opting for what's the least amount of effort versus doing what actually needs to be done. So today, I've been taking on things in the living room, resetting things the way I actually want them, not just getting them up to like, good enough, but like actually getting things the way that I want them. And then I'm planning on doing another module or two of my accounting class that I'm taking. We've been learning about finance this year in our school year, and I've learned a lot personally about stocks and investments. We're reading about real estate, lots of different investment things, but one thing that I've realized that I lack is the structured knowledge of how to do bookkeeping and accounting. I'm way more of a big picture thinker, so I can keep tabs on like, oh, we own this much stock, or we have this much in this account, or whatever. And I kind of have general figures, but actually keeping up with percentages and how much we're earning and whether or not this is a valuable investment. And those are things that I'm not as detailed about that I really desire to get better at. Rather than opting for what's easiest today, I am going to roast chicken, help my son make chicken noodle soup from scratch, and then do at least one module of my accounting class. I need to start making decisions that are for the long-term good rather than for my short-term ease. And not zoning out to Facebook and not turning on my games unless my work is done and it's like a short 20 minutes in a day, that's different, but using those things as huge chunks of my time is not actually good for me or anybody else. And I need to just start being really bluntly honest about that with myself and not giving in to ease. You need to take all the scraps out to the chicken bucket, okay?
I'm gonna do this one first. Nope, you don't want to eat that part. I'll give you some in just a second. Wait. You can have a few pieces.
Carrots? Whoa. That seems tasty. Use the back side of your knife to scrape always, so you don't dull the blade. Yep. It slides smooth and it doesn't dull the blade while you scrape.
Let's get out of here.
You work today, Baxter?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you work tomorrow?
Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah, it's the candle that was already more or less dead anyway.
I gave it to you.
What you doing up there? You riding a horse? So one thing I'm fighting the urge to do right now, in line with what we just talked about, is I really desire to just immediately take this SD card and start editing. But I need to do my accounting course first. So I'm going to do that now and edit later. Hey, put that down. Don't touch that. Yes, Mama? And chop off the tops that we're not going to use.
Those are baked.
It says, so once the chicken is cooked.
Hey, nuts.
Then there's the income statement, which provides the result.